Hawks fans, the time is now. Media day just went down, and Trae Young, let's just put it like this. He just said what we're all waiting to hear. Yes, Onsi Saleh was in that picture because he has also said some stuff that we are all waiting to hear. And I am just here to put it plainly. Myself and Chris Tipmore, we are here to talk about it all. We're going to dive into the preseason. We're going to dive into media day. We got so much to dive into, and I am super excited because it seems like we haven't seen you guys in a while, so I am ready. Oh wait, Chris, you there? You look like
Oh yeah. I'm look like I'm hiding, right? Yeah, like I'm hiding. What y'all doing? What y'all doing out there? What's good,
brother?
everybody? Welcome back to Hawks Digest, man. Take off those shoes, leave on those socks. And yes, just like Walter was saying, man, media day has occurred. It has passed now. We have some few things we want to get into, and man, really, this is going to be a long week because we got a lot of different things to get into. But specifically, like Walter said, Trae Young has some things to say, and Onsi speaks as well. So we're going to get right into it. Go ahead and get comfortable because we got a lot of things to talk about as far as these Atlanta Hawks.
Now, of course, before we jump into all of that, definitely got to thank all of the 2,688 subscribers that have been rocking with us so far. Again, Chris, you know we're just about a month away. I know October is literally like tomorrow almost, but we're almost about a year into this thing. Hawks Digest almost hit a year. Super excited for just what we have done so far, and I'm super excited for what's to come from you, from myself, and all the people at Digest Media. You dig? Right. We are a conglomerate, so make sure that you guys tune in and rock with us for the long haul. But
hey man, I gotta say though, man, you started it off. You started the trailblaze and everything. And I know I didn't come on until January, like mid-January. So you were pounding the pavement from the beginning, man. So I just got to give you your shout out for that.
Oh, listen, much love, and I appreciate that because let me get this out of the way. I appreciate that because again, it was tough in the beginning, just kind of seeing how the landscape was, but all in all, man, I just appreciate the people that have been listening, commenting, and liking the stuff that we've been putting out. I mean, gotten a lot of good feedback from a lot of the folks. But Chris, let's dive into it because we got so much. Tell us what he said. Tell us what he said, Chris.
No problem at all. So of course, a lot of Hawks fans know that Onsi Saleh definitely had an interview a few days ago. I understand, but I wanted to talk about my takeaways from it. Just first things first, immediately he started off with the acquisitions in the offseason and also giving thanks to the front office, giving them a shout out. Peter Dinwiddie and Bryson Graham in particular, two executives that came, Dinwiddie from the Pacers, Graham from the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah, right.
So, he gave thanks to those guys because and just other people who were like seasonal and also VPs, just everybody in the job they done this offseason. Because of course we already know bringing in Nickeil Alexander-Walker, bringing in Luke Kennard, bringing in Kristaps Porzingis, the other guys that we have on two-way deals, guys who are going to be down to at College Park most likely. And right now we have guys that's in training camp that are going to be competing. And one thing also that stood out to me that I wanted to speak about was Onsi talked about being the best version of yourself. When you come here to the Atlanta Hawks program, that's the culture that we're trying to build.
Right.
And he doesn't care about what age it is. It doesn't matter if you're 19, 35, it still is the same. Be the best version of yourself when you're representing this logo. And he even talked about himself getting better, wanting to improve. So it's not just the players, him himself. He said he even wants to get better as a GM. And that's encouraging to hear because I feel like, and I'm pretty sure you can say the same, that he's been doing such a great job already in a short span, but he wants to improve. And I love to hear about that. It's a few things that I'm going to like that he said. And of course, again, like I said, it's going to be a long week, guys. So we got a lot of videos that we're going to be ramping out this week. I'm going to take even deeper dive into Onsi Saleh and the things that he said because he talked about all the players and some more things as well. But last takeaway, I can really say that I really feel like I wanted to tell you guys and share right now he talked about Trae Young and his development last season on being a leader, on having more weapons now, also being able to have the ability to accept playing off the ball sometimes. So it's not always just going to be on Trae Young all the time, because other guys are going to be playing off ball as well. I mean, playing the guard position, because he's comfortable with what we have as far as ball handlers.
Right.
So that's really what I was segueing into. I know I kind of tripped over it, but that's my point that I was making. He feels comfortable with the guys that we have, all the different guys, Jalen Johnson, Dyson, etc., who can ball handle, and Trae can still continue to play off ball. And also, like I know I said that was the last thing, but
it's cool. Keep going. You're cooking, brother.
Yes,
You're cooking.
man. Also, I gotta say, Trae Young always is in communication with the front office. There was a question asked, and Onsi did respond by saying, yes, Trae Young is communicated with all the moves, including all the way down to the draft. That so him being calling to kill Alexander Walker, him calling Luke Kennard, telling them that we need them on this team. Those were all moves that were inspired by Onsi Saleh as well. And he talked about having being able to have a star player able to do that is a great thing. And Trae Young was high on Asa Newell, so that's another reason why Asa is an Atlanta Hawk anyway, because Trae had his eye on him as well as the front office. So you guys can take that for what it's worth as well.
Also, Trae Young's been hanging out at UGA. Just putting it plainly. Yeah. If you were watching college football this past weekend, you're a sports head like I am. Trae Young has been making his rounds around the city. Okay, yeah. This video, it seems as if the majority of what we're talking about is surrounded around Trae Young. You dig? And Trae definitely wants to be here. He wants to be in Atlanta, and I do believe Onsi Saleh. Yeah, and I think Onsi Saleh knows that. I think the front office knows that. And I think eventually we're going to get to a deal that's going to be done. You see behind me, I say pay the man, but we'll get into all of that later on down the line, because I know for a fact, it is on the minds of not only you and I, but also the folks that were there down there with Media Day. I know that, and I know that Trae Young has it on his mind as well, but I don't see it being such an issue like other places are. Like in other situations that we've seen before, it's not as much as an issue. But go ahead. Well, now that we're going ahead and going into it, let's go ahead and just give a few takeaways from Media Day. I only have but a few. I only have but a few. And again, people. I'm talking to you guys. Be mindful that we've got a slew of info to talk about this week. So you might not get all the questions that you want out of this video, but definitely send it in the chat. Leave it in the comment section. You dig what I'm saying? What you guys are thinking, how you feel. And of course, myself, Chris Tipmore, will be answering questions throughout the week, and we'll be giving out videos as well. Chris, my takeaways from Media Day spans further back, if that makes sense, right? Okay. We know that Kristaps Porzingis, Zaccharie Risacher, and Vit Krejci, all three of those guys were in, leagues and overseas. I think Vit Krejci, is Vit still with us? Yeah. Okay, he's still. Yeah. I knew we had some people leave. We sent some folk away, but yeah, Vit's still here. Yeah. And, right. So one of my takeaways is, of course, how are these guys coming into the season? Are they already, are they ready to go? You dig what I'm saying? Or do we have to acclimate them? That is one of my takeaways, as well as, implementing these guys into the Hawks rotation, bringing in Kristaps Porzingis to play along with Onyeka Okongwu. I know that was something that was definitely talked about as far as Onyeka Okongwu and Kristaps Porzingis playing together. That was also something that I had mentioned.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, because I remember it was a few things about talking about that. I know I talked about it briefly. I know you had dove into it as well, but bro, it's so funny because it was talked about today, and that's one takeaway that I had.
Mhm.
So we kind of had similar takeaways on that about Double O and KP on the floor together. And for me, it's like I guess I just got to see it. Like, and it's
Do
ultimately
you
going to
not?
come down, but it's ultimately going to come down to the development for Double O for me. Like, I
Okay.
never could really envision Double O really at the four because I didn't feel like he just possessed enough of the skill to be at the four or be effective at the four.
But I think that's because the four has changed.
I
The
mean,
four, the playing the four has completely changed. You dig what I'm saying? Playing the power
right.
forward position has changed in the NBA. You know, years ago
You
you
have
played
more
the four.
versatile fours.
Yes, and I know that Onyeka isn't necessarily along that lines. He's more of a traditional four, in my honest opinion. I don't see him as a traditional five. And I know that Kristaps Porzingis is more of a traditional five, but he plays the untraditional four. I said this in one of my videos, and I know some of the folks they weren't killing me in the comments, but they were saying they just can't see those two on the floor together. But with the lineup that we have,
It's like I gotta see it. That's what I'm saying. I have to see
the
it.
options are endless. The options
I
are
agree with that.
endless.
I
You
agree with
dig
the
what I'm saying?
versatility.
With Kristaps Porzingis added to this lineup, so many things can be played around with. Coach, and that's another one of my takeaways is Coach Snyder. Now that you have these toys to play with, it's not that Trae Young also have them. You know, Trae does that on the floor, but now it's a chess match, and you know you can move people in different positions, put deep, and not drastic or nothing like that. But just like you said with Onsi Saleh talking about Trae Young playing off of the ball, not necessarily playing the traditional point guard all the time, allowing his other counterparts to, you know, cook a little bit. Risacher, Dyson Daniels, you dig what I'm saying? And then Coach Snyder being able to mess around with the lineup. Hey, KP and Double O, put them in. You know, is Asanua going to get an opportunity to, you know, get some playing time with these guys? Is Mo Gay going to be playing, you know what I'm saying? Like, is Mo Gay going to play along with KP, or is he going to play along with Double O? Or is there just going to be a rotation between those three? I just like to see what we can get.
It was with your point to now is like, honestly, I feel like the training wheels are fully coming off. And now we're going to really be able to see what kind of coach do we have in Quin Snyder? Because I mean, I hate to bring football into it, but just like how Terry Fontenot went and got all the groceries for Raheem Morris,
Right.
you're seeing Onsi Saleh and the front office make all the moves necessary for not only Trae Young, because we haven't talked much about Quin Snyder. It's been Trae Young, but it's also Quin Snyder too. What can you do with this roster from a cerebral mindset, from a strategic and chess move mindset, like you said? Like, how can you put these pieces together night in and night out for 82 games? And of course, you know what I'm saying, barring any injuries, how can you navigate this roster now for each game to be at to have us at our best, to put us at the most advantage that we can have?
Absolutely.
So honestly, it's on Quin Snyder too, man. We got to see exactly how Quin responds. Like, I have faith in him, especially now that I feel like this is the best roster that he has possessed since, you can say, back in Utah. So with that being said,
clearly,
it's time to see. It's just time to see.
Any takeaways on your end, sir?
My takeaway would be Dyson Daniels and how he wants to improve on defense. Is that crazy to say? This man says, I want to improve on defense, as if he's bad.
I love
as if he's bad. Come on.
Right.
But yes, I love it though. It just means that he feels like there's another level that he can go to. And that's scary for others, great for this logo. And it's one more thing that I'm going to touch on, just because I'm wrapping into Dyson Daniels. The fact that this man is only 22 years old and not even in his prime yet. But the way that he conducts himself is as if like a 10-plus year vet.
It's 22 and a vet in the game. You said it. Exactly.
You see what I did there?
Right. I
I'm
know.
glad
I know.
you caught.
Yeah. I saw.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, man, it just seriously though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Dyson Daniels is honestly one of the best acquisitions we've had since the early 2000s. You can put it up there with the Joe
Joe
Johnsons
Johnson's. Yeah.
and everything. And now people may say, what are you talking about? That's ISO Joe. Yes, it is. Potential Hall of Famer and should be. But I'm just talking about the acquisition, like how big that was
How
for
it
us back
affects
then,
the Atlanta Hawks.
how it affects the Atlanta Hawks and a whole, the totality of it. It just seems like that guy is a difference maker.
Yeah.
And shout out to one of our followers too, because he's always been saying that ever since he has been in Atlanta, that he's going to be a difference maker, and he has, and
Absolutely.
he will continue will be.
Absolutely. Listen, this is why things are starting to ramp up. Things are starting to ramp up. I know it was kind of slow during the months of July, August, parts of September, but now things are starting to ramp up because just to give you guys somewhat of a blueprint of what we got coming up. Again, media day is today. Yep. Training camp starts today in UGA. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Hawks do travel down to Athens, and they'll practice for 2-3 days or whatnot. Return back on Monday.
Tomorrow. I think tomorrow is like the official. Of course they had to do this today, but tomorrow's the official. But you're right; they are heading down tonight, though.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, October 6th, next Monday, will be they will be taking on the Houston Rockets in Houston. Well, no, in Atlanta, first of all, here. And I mean, a month later, I think less than a month from now, it's going to be Hawks basketball. The season is going to start. So really excited. But, now
it's those Raptors.
Yeah. But now we got to get into this, man. We got to talk about, excuse me, guys. We got to talk about my man, Trae Young. And this is where, things get a bit interesting. Not Onsi speaks. Let me get this.
Onsi spoke.
I know, right? and yeah, my man. But Trae clears the air. Let me go ahead and get it back up. Yeah, Trae clears the air. Clears the air. He talks about the contracts dispute. He talks about and I mean, shouts out to Brad.
Brad Rowland.
Yeah, Brad Rowland for diving into it, not being afraid to ask those hard questions. I've shared a media room with Brad Rowland once before. He's never afraid to ask the hard-hitting questions. And just to put it plainly, this is what Trae Young had to respond with. And this is just half of it. We'll talk about the first half, and then I'll dive into the second half.
Disappointment? I don't know the word disappointment. Maybe, for sure. For me, I'm so focused. I'm more happy about the team that we got going into the season. For me, I'm blessed, bro. I wasn't stressing about anything. If something happened, it happened. If it didn't, I still got, time and
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Did you catch the hesitation? And I'm not putting anything negative to this, but he feels indifferent about that situation just in general.
I feel like it was about just choosing the right words, which also comes with maturity, thinking before you speak. And he may have his personal feelings about it, but we still can't, we still have to be professional about it. So I feel like he gave the politically correct professional answer. He was like, a little bit, he did say about being disappointed. He did put that out there, so he didn't necessarily hide it. But it's just about finding the right words, putting the right message out there. But at the same time, you see that he doubled right on back and hammered home that the fact that if something was happening, okay. If something's not, well, I still got time. And he does. He does still have time. He can go out here and play the season out. We go to the playoffs. We have a deep run, et cetera, et cetera. Then when we get down to the season's end, we can sit out at the table and see what we can do.
I believe that this could possibly be hammered down within the first few months. Take the in-season tournament. Take the in-season tournament. We make another showing like the Atlanta Hawks did last season. You know what I'm saying? The Hawks make a run like that. We could be talking about going into the All-Star break having a brand new contract extension for Trae Young that both sides can be happy about. We could be talking about another all-star added to his belt. Because like you said, the maturity, and I was only pointing out the hesitation. I wasn't necessarily digging for anything, but
I know it.
He retorted. He was like, disappointed. I mean, I was, a little bit, but at the same time, I'm excited for where I am. Again, it shows that, you know the situation. We all know the situation, but I think we don't even have to wait until the end of the season. Y'all mark my words. I'm like 5 for 5 so far with predictions right now. You dig what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm gonna save this video specifically because I might have to drum it back up because again, we could be talking about something special coming into the All-Star break. But here's the last thing that he had to say, and I think he doubled down on his outlook on what he's going to go into the season with.
Obviously, everybody knows what my situation is going into the future. So for me, I'm focused on this team. I'm focused on right now. I'm blessed. I got a great team going into the season. One that, I mean, you can't really say I've had. You know what I'm saying? So I'm even more excited about that. And so who knows what the future is for me, but right now I'm here and I'm present, like me and Coach have been talking about. So I'm excited about it and I'm ready to go.
He's here and he is present. Trae clears the air. Okay, Trae cleared the air. He's here and he's present. Just like you said, he's already been in contact and talks with the front office. He's here. He's present. I believe this is going to be a vicious start to the season, my guy. A vicious start to the season.
Absolutely. And again, like I said, he has time. I feel like you go out there and do a repeat performance. Be there for your guys, lead your guys, and we'll see what happens by season end. Yeah. Or if you say it before season's end, if it's before then that's fine with me too. Either or. I want it to get done, but I also, want everything to be right on both sides because, the logo is still most important.
Right. Argue with your mama. I don't think I'm glazing the Hawks. I just feel as though I got a good fit. As a 37-year-old man, I feel as though I've never seen the Atlanta Hawks, maybe back in 2015. But other than that, I've never seen the Hawks with such anticipation going into the season, man.
The only thing you could compare it to is probably like when we came off of the 2021 season coming into 2022.
Okay.
There was a little buzz,
right?
But still, I still think the anticipation for this season is just so great because like we have so much to be thankful for, someone to look forward to, as you were saying earlier, with all the ways that this versatile lineup can be, and you can mix and match different ways and different guys on different nights. So. We're going to see, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
We're getting closer.
We'll see.
We're getting closer.
I done ran my mouth enough. I'm done. But that's Chris Tipmore. I'm Walter Pollard. And listen, just like every other video, we signing out. Peace.